Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Temi Talks Live here on the Wavy Baller Hub. We're doing a match reaction this morning to um, a very frustrating first night out for the Premier League. Manchester United 2, or excuse me, Brighton 2, Manchester United 1. We're gonna break down this game. Um, Obviously, I've gotten a chance to sleep on it, so I'm not as heated as I was yesterday, but I'm still pretty pissed. It's frustrating, but let's break it down. Let's talk through it, guys. If this is your first time watching with me, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, follow the movement that is the Wavy Baller Hub, and let's get right into it. Disappointing first day out um, for Eric Ten Hag. Honestly, I'm shocked, even though I really shouldn't be. I'm shocked, even though I really shouldn't be. Good morning, Rachel. Much love, much love. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I cannot believe that we came out that way to start the season. I'm sure the manager was stunned. I'm sure he was stunned. There's no way he could have thought for 1 second that he would have got played off the park like that. Mind you, I want to give Brighton their credit. They are well coached, well drilled, top manager, good players too, some internationals, Leandro Trossard, Moises Caicedo was really good. But even then, you know, we had problems. We didn't have a number 9 to start the game. But all that being said, the football, the lack of belief by the players is stunning to me. It's absolutely stunning to me. I cannot believe how quickly they went into their shell, how quickly um they shied away from the challenge, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The first few minutes went really well. They're bright, they're buzzing around. Um, and then the mistakes started happening in midfield. Fred McTominay, mistake upon mistake upon mistake, and it just, you know, you can't make mistakes like that with a team who knows how to play football and expect to have the ball for any extended period of time. And it was frustrating. They were frustrated and they capitulated. It's that simple. They absolutely capitulated. Rachel here says the first 10 minutes were good, but the rest of the game was shocking. Improved second half, but nowhere near good enough. Completely agree. Completely agree. I'll get to my big takeaways here in a second, but I just want to talk about kind of the progression of the game. Like we've already said, the first 10 minutes were good, then things went really bad. First goal was conceded by a mistake from McTominay. He tried to dribble past 2 men, which I just don't understand. When you're not even that good on the ball, what makes you think in that moment that it's smart to try and dribble past 2 men? Brighton progressed the ball. I believe it's Trossard who is facing up Dallo. Dallo's kind of in no man's land, doesn't know if he should press up or if he should give him space. He plays and then Trossard plays a ball just straight in between Maguire and Dallo. I'm not blaming Maguire too much for that. It's mostly Dallo's fault, in my opinion. Ball gets played to Danny Welbeck, I believe. Welbeck squares it to Pascal Gross, who scores a goal, right? Just poor. There's so many mistakes in that one sequence. One, Dallo, I think McTominay is at fault the most. Obviously, he gave away the ball just needlessly. Then second of all, Dallo, just his positioning, defending Trossard, it was awful. It was absolutely awful. Maguire, I feel bad. I saw people blaming Maguire. And listen, if you know me, I am the one of the first people to call on Maguire for not being good enough. I still think he's not good enough, but that's not his fault. That was Dallo's fault. Now, where the problem lies is it exposed his weakness, right? The ball gets played through, and when he's running back, it looks like he's in quicksand. He's so slow, right? So there's no recovery to Welbeck. Welbeck gets to play a straight ball essentially to cross the face of goal, right to Pascal Gross, and another goal gets scored. It's just comical. A comedy of errors. People were blaming Luke Shaw for that. Luke Shaw was poor, by the way. We'll get to the team in a second, but I'm not blaming Luke Shaw for that first goal. Dallo, McTominay, and maybe a little bit of Maguire, maybe a little bit, but I'm not going to kill him too much. Then you see the heads drop, you see the frustration, Second goal doesn't come too far after. Brighton progressed the ball well again. It gets to Sully March, right? And Sully March, this is Luke Shaw's fault all the way. I cannot believe how poor his defending was in this situation. Sully March just isolates him, shimmies, gets to his favored left foot, flashes a shot across goal. De Gea has to drop and make a save. People were blaming De Gea for that. And I'm just wrapping my head. I'm just thinking, like, how are you blaming De Gea for this goal? All you ask your goalkeeper to do is make a save, which he did, right? He made a save, and people were giving him a hard time for it. And I just don't understand why. Obviously, he parried it out, and then Gross again scores another goal. 2 goals for Gross at Old Trafford. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Honestly, if you do not laugh, you'll cry. And then the second half gets a bit better. Ronaldo comes on in the 50-something minute, does make an impact because it lets Ericsson drop deeper. Which was that when we started getting a bit more joy. But even then, it wasn't good enough. The second half, I was just so frustrated. They scored an own goal. I don't care. Honestly, the own goal, comedy of errors by Brighton. I don't even want to discuss it. We didn't score a goal. Manchester United did not score a goal at Old Trafford to start the season. It's poor, man. It's really, really poor. It's frustrating. And here, you know what? I'll go into my biggest takeaways. I've been saying, if you've been watching me for the past couple of weeks, that I'm not too concerned about signings, right? This season, I said it multiple times. I know a big, so many fans are up in arms about the signings, and I wasn't really, because I just thought, like, you know what, we're not going to be top 4 anyway, right? I want to see just progression on the football pitch. But if this first game, and mind you, it's the first game, so I'll give Ten Hag some. Obviously, I'm going to give Ten Hag all the time he needs because I think he's a really good manager. But if this is an indicator of what's to come, if Eric Ten Hag can't fit, this man was just in a Champions League semifinal 2 years ago, right? I think he was in the round of 16 or quarters this year. Like, this man knows how to coach football. He knows how to coach football. It has nothing to do with him. It's a matter of these players, and it just gets me back to, damn, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have been up in arms about these signings. The midfield, Fred and McTominay, absolutely woeful. There's a segment of fans who are, excuse me, I have allergies, guys. I try. It doesn't get any better. There's a segment of fans who are big fans of Fred. There's a segment of fans who are big fans of McTominay. They're both mediocre. Man. Like, it's sad to say, Fred fans, Fred's biggest fans, oh, he has tech. Oh, this. No, I don't give a shit about tech. I don't. He is average. He has a mistake in him. You play him as an 8. Obviously, he'd be better. He's not really a 6, whatever the case may be. But he was just awful. And same thing with McTom. Absolutely poor. Excuse me, guys. Stay with me. Absolutely poor. We need 3 new midfielders. We really do. We need 3 new midfield players. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy to think about. What have John Murto and Richard Arnold been doing for months? What have they been doing for months? I don't know. I genuinely don't know, people. They have been sitting on their backsides doing nothing. Like, if you know a new manager is coming in, what have they been preparing for? And then to make it worse, after the game, we're linked with Marko Arnautovic. Not a bad player, by the way. Not a bad player, but Marko Arnautovic. Are you kidding me? After the game, it's almost like they want us to be upset. It's like they want us to protest. Absolute joke. So, Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was too giddy about the season. Maybe I was too, I don't want to say too relied on Ten Hag too much, but maybe he can't even fix these players. Like every time we go up against the midfield, they have better players than us. Moises Caicedo is better than Scott McTominay. No question about it. Have you ever seen McTominay play like that in midfield? Heck no. I have never seen McTominay play like that in midfield, like the way Moises Caicedo did. Ridiculous. How much did he probably cost Brighton? Next to nothing. Serious question, but this question from Troy Taylor here. He says, serious question, do you think we can get top 6? Yes, we're gonna get top 6. I'm not too worried about that. We'll get top 6. Like there's no world where we don't get top 6. I'm pretty confident about that. But I know it's a fair question. I think it's a good question. I really do. I think we'll get it though. I really do. I'd be shocked if we didn't. My other takeaway, it's a blessing we lost. People might call me crazy for saying that. It's a blessing we lost the way we did. You know, those owners were up there yesterday, right? They were up there sitting all cush and lovely. They thought they were going to come over and see Manchester United win 3-0 against Brighton. They're so dumb. They probably don't even know that Brighton can play football, right? And then to get shocked like that, to hear the boos, to see the protesting outside the ground, that loss might get us 2 or 3 new signings, honestly, especially in the manner that it happened. So poor at Old Trafford. The owners are there. Ronaldo's sitting on the bench. He wants to leave. It's chaos. And I've been trying to not say it, but it's been absolute chaos, right? And the owners are there to see it. But now, may we move on from De Jong? I don't know. We need to, in my opinion. We've been honestly, we need more than just De Jong. We need to get a defensive midfielder and De Jong, right? I know we want to play this deep lying midfielder. We want De Jong to be a deep lying midfielder, which is great, but we need another destroyer that's better than Fred. We do. We need a destroyer that's better than Fred because he's not good enough either. He shouldn't be starting week in and week out for Manchester United. I don't care what anybody says. So this is a great wake-up call for us, the fan base, because we were probably all really excited heading into this season, which is expected, right? It's expected. New season, all that good stuff. I can't be too frustrated at fans for being excited. But it's a wake-up call, and I'm glad that these owners were there to see it. Sign some damn players, man. Sign some midfielders. Sign a striker. We need a new right back. Dallo poor. Man, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And now let's talk about tactics really quickly. Guys, if you're watching this, make sure to let your friends know about this real quick. Let your friends know about this. I'm going to post something really quick. On Twitter, just to let people know I'm still live. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no tactical takeaways. Obviously, we didn't have a striker. I'm really glad that Ten Hag benched Ronaldo. I'm not saying I don't want Ronaldo to play, but you can't just play a player who hasn't had a full preseason. Blake's football me. I feel like I remember you. We had a conversation. You said thanks for the win. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, no, good job. I'm assuming you're a Brighton fan. Respect. Respect. You played well yesterday. I think that Eriksen at false 9 was not the right move. If I'm being honest with you, I would have put Bruno at false 9. Let Bruno just run around at the top of the pitch and do whatever he wants. Honestly, I think putting Eriksen there really hampered him. He couldn't really get into the game because there was no one to link the defense to the attack, right? So all of our wide players didn't get much joy. It was just a frustrating night out for the whole team. McTominay deserved a red card and we deserved a pen. You definitely deserved a pen. I'll give you that. That was definitely a pen on Lisandro Martinez. And the red card, I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, yeah, no. I think that was if I was to, I'm not saying I don't. Ten Hag knows more about football than I could ever know in a trillion years, but I think that maybe putting Bruno at false nine may have been better, letting Ericsson drop deep to get the ball and spray it to those other players. But I think what he was trying to do was just keep as much continuity as possible. Fred's been playing as a six for him, and the rest of the players were in the positions they've been playing, so they should have been better, but they weren't. Um, but yeah, that's the only like real criticism. Again, tactically, we desperately missed Anthony Martial. Desperately missed Anthony Martial because he's the one who drops deep, right? Drops deep. Sometimes he'll come to the halfway line just to get it out to a wide player, right? We completely lacked that link player up top. It was so evident, so evident, so evident to see. We need another striker, by the way, even with Martial. But this just shows Martial's never been able to stay healthy, and he's one of my favorite players. But your best ability is availability. You know what I mean? And if he can't stay healthy, we need another striker. Simple as. We can't rely on our young players or Ronaldo who wants to leave to get us through a season. We need another striker. And no, not Marco Arnautovic. Seriously, that just gets me pissed off thinking about it. It really does. I thought the back line, I thought the center backs weren't. I thought the center backs outside of Ericsson, the center backs probably had the least. They weren't great. They were pretty average, but they were not bad on the ball. I thought Lissandro on the ball looked really good. I thought Maguire on the ball looked really good. Yesterday played a couple of really nice diagonals. But he's not. That's not. I'm not. If we're relying on Maguire and Lissandro to be the ones to get the ball to our wide players, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Let's just run through the players real quick. Dallo, poor yesterday. We need a new right back. No question about it. That guy can't defend, man. He can't defend. I was talking to my guy Ben on All for United last week, and he was just, saying, I can't, this guy's not good enough. And I tried to, come up with reasons why there's positives to him. And there are some good bits to him, but his offensive prowess isn't that good to warrant his defensive frailties, right? He's just poor. I'm not even going to give players a rate. I'm just going to say poor, okay, good, very good, whatever, right? Maguire, I've already mentioned it, decent game. I felt bad for him. His weaknesses are just so glaring. And that's why I don't think he's a top level. I don't think he's a Manchester United level center back for those weaknesses. If you catch him out in space, if you isolate him, you're done. And you can't have a top level center back that you're in fear of being like. You get scared when he gets isolated. That's a bad sign, right? That's a really bad sign. Gordon Matthews says, if we don't get quality of at least 2 or 3 signings, especially in midfield, we will fail this season. And no joke, we will finish middle or below. I don't think we'll finish middle or below. I know it's the start of the season. And, we had a really, really bad loss, but I'm not going to lose it just yet. We do need to win against Brentford, though, or it would get to scary hours versus Liverpool. Lissandro did decent. It was a penalty. I'll give it to Blake's football meat in the comments. There was definitely a penalty. But hey, listen, when you're 5'9", you're gonna get away with a lot of stuff. I think that's why he can be so aggressive, because I don't think refs view him as somebody who's strong or can really push us. I think Danny Welbeck's 6 foot, right? So like the refs probably like, get up, Danny. Like he couldn't have made you fall that hard, and he probably did. But yeah, no, Lissandro was okay. Obviously, he has a long way to go. I'm in the Premier League. You can tell there's going to be a big difference, right? If you look at Kalidou Koulibaly, right? He just stepped in, boom, ready, go, let's go. Was excellent against Everton. And guys, tonight I'm doing a Premier League weekend review, so stay tuned for that as well. So me and a couple of guys, we're going to be breaking down the Premier League weekend. So get ready for that. It's going to be exciting. Shaw, poor today. So poor. I can't believe how poor he was. I'm a Luke Shaw fan, but it's so hard to get behind him sometimes, right? It's so hard to get behind him sometimes. Like, I think there's a player in there. I know there's a player in there. It's just like he always leaves you like, why? Like, he leaves you wanting more, right? Like that, like the second goal. How do you defend that poorly? I know he can defend, right? I don't think it's a fitness thing. It's almost like he's just the same. It's kind of weird, right? People who don't like Anthony Martial levy the same. Shaw and Martial get the same criticism. It's really weird. They get the same type of criticism: lazy, don't work hard enough, but have the talent, right? That's like, that's the criticism for both of them, right? They have this talent. When they're on it, they're borderline world class. When they're not on it, they can be pretty poor, and that's what Luke Shaw was yesterday. There's nothing more I can say. If Malacia comes in, I wouldn't be the least bit bothered, because you can't keep performing like that. You just can't. Fred and McTominay, honestly, do I need to talk about them again? Fred and McTominay, seriously. Do I need to talk about them again? I don't even need, like, together. I'm just gonna put them together in one group. Absolutely woeful. Both of them should not be starting for Manchester United. It's been 3 years now. They've had opportunity after opportunity, and I feel bad because I don't want to say play the kids, because the kids aren't ready. Zidane Iqbal, he's not ready, right? Charlie Savage isn't ready. Maybe James Garner can come in for McTominay. I wouldn't mind that. One of those two needs to dip. And I said this earlier. I said, fans, be patient. There's no way we're going to finish this season with Fred and McTominay starting weekend. Like, there's no way. And I'm confident within the next couple of weeks to a month, that will be remedied. Even if we don't get a signing, I just don't think Ten Hag can stomach that for weeks on end. He'll probably play some kids, or he'll play James Garner, right? Terrible. Bruno was terrible, right? Bruno was poor. And it's like, I don't know how many more times we have to say that this guy, like, when he's not scoring or assisting, he's a regular player. So many opportunities. He had a chance in the first half that I just can't believe he missed. I cannot believe he missed it. Like, take a touch, right? Take a touch. He had all the time in the world. He just blasted it, right? He's lost that stardust. He's lost that whatever it was when he first came to United that made him so electric. He's lost it. Penalties aren't being scored. We're not getting as many penalties, all that good stuff. And he just looks regular, right? Poor performance from Bruno. Rashford and Sancho out wide. Rashford was poor. Let me just start with Rashford. Man, he's on a ticking time bomb. He is a ticking time bomb. Like, I don't know how, if he has another season like he did last year, there's no way he's a Manchester United player, for long, because it's the same thing. He was quiet again. There's parts of me that don't want to blame him too much, because he couldn't get the ball. But then those opportunities when he did get the ball, right, it was just poor. He had Ronaldo squared a beautiful ball to him. He was onside, in my opinion, and he would have got the goal. Missed a sitter. You have to score that. The second goal, beautiful ball from Bruno. After I know I just talked that, but Bruno obviously probably give you one moment in the game. That was his moment. Laid a beautiful cross off to Marcus Rashford, skies it over the crossbar. It's just, he's lacking confidence, lacking belief. If Alanga came in, I wouldn't be the least bit, or Garnacho or whoever I wouldn't be the least bit concerned, right? The least bit worried. It's just not good enough. It's that simple. Who else am I missing here? We talked about Eriksen. I'm not blaming him too much. Ronaldo came on. I think Ronaldo did make an impact. He huffed and he puffed. He laid off a great ball for for Marcus Rashford, and he didn't convert it. So, Ronaldo is better than most of our front players, right? Like he's better than Marcus Rashford, obviously. He can score goals better than Sancho or Martial, right? If Ronaldo stays, he will play because he's better than he should be playing because he's better than most of our outfield forwards. He's better than our young players, like he should be playing. My issue with Ronaldo is just the frustration of how he's handled this summer and the drama he caused Eric Ten Hag that he didn't need to, and it's still bothering me. But listen, I want this team to win, so Ronaldo should play, right? Like if he's healthy, he's play Marcus Rashford, play Martial, Sancho, Ronaldo. I wouldn't mind that one bit. But guys, what are your thoughts on this game? Obviously, a frustrating timeout. We have a long way to go, a really long way to go, but it's hard to be optimistic right now. It's really hard to be optimistic. Obviously, it's the first game back. I know Ten Hag will work on some things. I severely doubt we'll see the same 11 that we did today. There's just a lot that needs to change, and hopefully we can get Ten Hag can inspire that change. But this is going to be a long season. Buckle up. We have 37 more Premier League games, and we're going to have a lot of highs, a lot of lows. And we'll see where we finish, man. We'll see where we finish. Guys, we're at 280 subscribers. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button for me. Let your friends know we're at 280 subscribers, 20 subscribers away from 300. So, guys, if you enjoy this content, let your friends know about it. For shows this week, we have a show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go over the Premier League, week one of the Premier League. Wednesday, I'm back with another show, just a transfer news / Manchester United latest news show. Thursday morning, I'm doing a match preview for the game. And Saturday we're doing watch alongs. So guys, get ready, buckle up. The content is being pumped out this new year, man. This new year, get ready. I'm figuring out ways to pump out content while I'm traveling. Obviously, I have another job. I work a lot, so I'm going to work on ways to figure out how I can pump out content while I'm on the road. So guys, be on the lookout for that as well. Really excited for this season. Even though United broke my heart yesterday, really broke my heart. I'm excited for the rest of the season, more so the content and linking up with my content creator friends and all that good stuff. But it is what it is, guys. Make sure to hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe button for me, and I'll talk to you guys very, very shortly, okay? Deuces.